Hello, my dear viewers. Now it's time to know what Hayat did in part 2 of the story Your Role Mine and Mine Only. Let's see what happened.
Hayat went to bed to sleep, and she didn't think about anything. She didn't even worry about anything as she was self-confident. She was sure that no one could force her to do anything. She has experienced much in this life. However, she didn't know anything about Rashid. When he put something in mind, he had to do it. He was a stubborn man. If anything stopped him, then he would want to own it. Tamer has prepared all the information about her name, her life, and who she was living with. But he warned him more than once not to harm her. He said, "Do you think I'm a criminal? Do you think I'm a bully? Don't worry, I just want to marry her." He left him and went away. Tamer felt worried, but didn't know what exactly he was worried about. But it was the first time he saw his friend Rashid that way. In fact, Rashid was really weird at that time. He was unusually putting Hayat in his mind. He went to her with full determination to get introduced to her and talk to her. Like every day, Hayat was working, and she was not paying any attention to anything going around except work. He interrupted her to talk to her and said with much violence, "Don't you see I was standing looking at you for hours? Or were you pretending that you were working so that your eyes wouldn't meet mine? I didn't pay attention to your presence. I'm just here for working only. I'm not here to take care of who's looking at me and who isn't. Please stop talking to me. I just need to only work. That's it. I'm not this kind of girl. Please go search for another girl and don't give me a hard time. If you didn't come with me for lunch, I would bring shame to you, and you wouldn't be able to come to work again." Well, Hayat agreed to take lunch with him in order to know what he wanted from her. She was shocked to find him telling her, "Our wedding party is Thursday 2 weeks from now. Get yourself prepared. Tell me if you'd like to change the furniture or not." Hayat was astonished when he kept asking her about what she wanted in the new apartment, and when he determined the day of the wedding. "What's the matter with you? Are you crazy? How come you speak with someone about marriage that way? They haven't even approved. You are a psycho. You should get treatment. I won't get married, not to you or to anyone. You'd better stop thinking about me. I don't know why you're so determined. Leave me alone. I don't want neither you nor anyone." She made fun at him in front of all the people at the restaurant and went away. That moment, he got himself more determined to marry her with or without her approval. The more stubborn she got, the more determined he got. He thought of making a plan to scare her and to easily get her approval of marriage. The following day, she went to the firm without giving heed to that wacko. Rashid kept looking at her. Then he got near her. "Hey girl, you only have a week to tell me your response. By the way, it can be but yes or something bad will happen." Then he went away. She couldn't believe him. How come he's got all that self-confidence? If I refused, what would he do to me? No, he can't do anything. I know how to stop him. I can accept this marriage proposal. He went home with much confidence that she should agree after all that terror. He kept looking around till she would come home and in his bedroom. He was so sure that he would achieve his target. That day she went home. She sat with her mom as usual after lunch. They kept chit-chatting. However, Hayat was thinking about something. She was scared and worried because of Rashid. She didn't say a word about that. She didn't want her mom to get upset or worried. However, she started to overthink and be scared, especially because of his determination to marry her according to or against her will. Her mind was preoccupied and didn't know who she would talk to about that. She didn't want to speak to her mom as she was worried about her. She didn't know what decision she would take. She can't marry that person who permitted himself to interfere with the life of someone that way without even asking her, and who wanted to marry her against her will. Really, Hayat was so confused and didn't know what to do. But she decided to be strong and defend herself. She would decline his proposal. Then, she would see how he would react. Once it was morning, and without sleeping all night, She went to work to face her destiny. The moment Rashid saw her, "Hey, bride, have you agreed? You should know that if you didn't agree, you wouldn't live again as I would interfere in your life. You won't be able to get rid of me. Do you think there is not law? I hate you. I don't want to marry you. I'm free. It's not right to force me to take such an important decision at all. Now listen, I don't agree. Okay, tomorrow you will regret it. You will come to me and you will beg me to marry you." He left her, but she had 1,000 questions in mind. How can he? What does he know about me to boldly threaten me that way? Can he really hurt me? Did I make a mistake when I declined his proposal? I don't understand. I wish I had approved. Now I live in much worry, and I don't know my destiny or what is awaiting me. She kept thinking all night. She didn't know how to relax. She could not take any decision. But she told herself, "Wake up, Hayat. You are much stronger than any circumstances." Rashid was putting her under much stress. He wanted to make her afraid of him to accept his marriage proposal. After that, he could fix his image before her and change his attitude. The following day she went to work. Days passed and she didn't find him. A whole week passed and he disappeared without interfering in her life. She started to get reassured. She thought she pushed him back. But in fact, Rashid was planning for something, and he started to follow his plan. You know what? It's a horrible plan. Wait for me tomorrow in the third part of the story to see what Rashid is planning and what he's got in mind. Till I meet you, I wish you all the best and thank you for watching. Goodbye.